Yo, 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 yo. How's everybody? I want to talk about a subject that that I think is important to me. It's a subject about people in general, and about our situation in America. And this topic is very important, and it should be important to a lot of people. So I'm gonna get right into it. One thing I've noticed is we allow ourselves to classify ourselves in different categories. I'm a brown skinned man. Not everybody is a brown skinned man. Some, not even based on skin. You can be a female, you can be a kid, you can be an elder. But most of us base everything off our skin complexion. Have people did us wrong of a different skin complexion? Yes. Have we done people wrong with a different skin complexion? Yes. But we've also did good. So therefore, you can never classify one group of people because of a skin complexion when it has been proven that they have done good and bad. So they're all not the same. So you should never base nothing off of skin complexion, ever. You can speak facts and say this is what these people did to you, but there are other people with a different skin complexion that could do the same thing to you. It could be people with the same skin complexion do the same thing to you. So you should never grow a hate in your heart and your mind to just say a certain skin complexion is against you, because the same skin complexion as you also can be against you. So never base nothing off of that. I want to take y'all back to my early childhood. I grew up in a lot of different places. As far as I can remember, back when I was a kid, I was in Georgia, in the country. I don't give my locations or nothing, but I was in the country in Georgia, and a lot of people were like, man, that's a lot of different places you could have been in. But I was in the southern part of the country of Georgia. I can remember just the naturalness of the country and just enjoying it. Like, right now as an adult, I'm looking back and I can still feel the enjoyment I had just being out in the country. It was natural, like it just felt better. It was peaceful. It wasn't dramatic. It was like you just lived. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people like to live in the country, man. It's a lot of peace. A lot of the nonsense isn't added into it because that's more in the inner cities. But as a kid, man, I just felt happy. And I still to this day can remember that. But shortly after, we moved up north to the Midwest, to Michigan. And I spent a lot of my childhood years in Detroit, Michigan. I'm not afraid to put that out there because Detroit has kind of created a lot of my character. I learned a lot of stuff in Detroit. I made mistakes in Detroit. But one thing about Detroit was I could see a lot of more negative that I could learn from that I couldn't have learned in the South, where it was a lot more peaceful. I just would have been ignorant to a lot of the stuff that I would have needed to avoid later in life. So growing up those years in Detroit, I was able to watch people, time after time, different mistake after mistake, and sometimes these were forced bad habits. Wasn't even mistakes. Sometimes they meant to do certain stuff. And I can learn from that. So I feel like I had a conscious mind as a younger person, not saying I made all the best decisions, but at least I knew to think about it before I did it. And a lot of times when I thought about it, it was based on somebody else bad decision. And it caused me to make the better decision because I saw what happened to that person who made the bad decision. But about people, I grew up on the east side. It's predominantly black. I grew up on the southwest side, where this is leading up to this conversation. Some of my closest friends at a young age were not even considered of African descent. Well, in a sense, because going back, we all African in a way. But they were not African American. They were not considered black people. They were not considered brown people. They were considered something else. One of my closest friends, he was Arab. He spoke English. He spoke English well. We were in elementary together. And it was something about him that I thought was cool about him. He was just a cool person. He wasn't popular, he was cool. And I always got along with those type of people. Cool people, like down to earth. Just open to not just going with, he's Arab, he only want Arab friends. He was a cool guy. I remember I used to go play video games with him after school and stuff. And it was a strange experience because they were literally Arab. I can't remember exactly which country his family originated from, but they were Arab. His mother did not speak English. His older sister, she was pretty much like him. She spoke good English. I mean, they were Americanized, but their culture was in full effect. So when I went to go to his house to play video games, I got to see his culture, something that I never knew nothing about. And even though it seemed weird to me, I was okay with it. Like I was learning stuff about them. And even though his mama could not speak to me in English, somehow she knew how to be a kind person to me. We couldn't even speak to each other. She didn't speak English. I didn't speak her language. But she would offer me food and stuff. She would make sure we were comfortable. We just in there playing video games, and I always noticed it. And I'm like, man, she can't even speak to me. But she's trying to make sure I'm taken care of while I'm in her home. She's trying to make sure I'm just a black kid. I look out of place, but when you around positive people, good-hearted people, you never out of place. Definitely when you a good-hearted person, you ain't out of place. And I just remember that, man. And I'm thinking about today's time, how people look at Arabs. They were labeled terrorists and all this stuff. I know some Arabs that I grew up with. They were some of the best people I've known. And like I said before, you don't label an entire group of people because of where they're from or where they originate from, because there are good and there are bad. These people were good people. And if anybody was to label them as terrorists or anything, it would have offended me, because I know these are good people. And that'll cover that part. My childhood friend who was Arab. I also had a friend, he was Cuban. It was almost a similar situation. His mother did not speak English at all. I saw nothing against that at all. She spoke her native tongue. She spoke Cuban. She spoke, that's Spanish, Hispanic. I'm not politically correct, but you get what I'm saying. Anytime I was at his home, it was the same situation as my friend, my Arab friend. They were welcoming me, and we couldn't even communicate. I would be in this woman's house, and I still would speak, even if she didn't even know what I was saying. I still would speak, because you gotta still be respectful in somebody else's home. Just be respectful in general. But I make sure I show my respect when I'm in anybody's house. I'm not just gonna be in there, even if I'm a kid, and not speak. to the woman of the house, a greeting of the day. Even if she don't understand me, she can later ask her son, hey, what did he say to me? In her language, and he'll tell her he was giving you the greeting of the day. And my message will still get across. That's just what good people do. We are respectful. I had a Puerto Rican friend. Same situation. I had a white friend. Same situation. The southwest side of Detroit was as weird as anybody could think it is in a stereotype way. People think that's a black city. It's a side of town where it's almost international. We didn't have a choice but to understand each other and get along. And it was a learning experience for me. Anybody that's ever been in the southwest side of Detroit will tell you, man, yeah, I had Hispanic friends, I had Arab friends, I had Romanian friends, European friends, Caucasian friends. Like, it's crazy, but it was very diverse, and we were in a sense forced to deal with each other, and that was the best experience of my life. Just being in that diverse situation. So think about that when people want to segregate, when they want to be separate from others that they think are the same as them. They want to be with people that look like them or their skin complexion. Think about that. Anybody that has ever been in a diverse situation where it's different type of ethnicities and cultures around, it's a wonderful experience. Even though it was rough on the southwest side of Detroit, that's one of my best experiences in life, dealing with other ethnicities and cultures. Not people, because we're all people. We're all human. We're all of the same species. We might be different somehow in a minor way genetically, but we people, we are the human species. We ain't no different. Some of us genetically evolved different to where our skin ain't the same color, or we are stronger, or our bone density is different than this group. That's just some genetics. We all are the same species. That's human. We people. And like I said in one of my other videos, I can only talk on what I know. But that doesn't mean that I'm not similar to somebody that of their ethnicity or culture that I don't know. We are people. We come up different. We taught things different. That don't change the fact that we are people. We are the same. So, because I have friends that I sometimes question their way of thinking. You know, like the all black this. And I've seen situations where people were all white this or all Latino this. And that's just pride in your what you learn. That's just pride in what you learn. What I don't like is when I see the hate added to that. And some people look at hate as somebody bringing up facts from the past. That's not hate. That's telling you what happened. When people speak in the current mind of how they hate somebody and they don't know them, I got an issue with that. Because it's some good people out here. It's some real good people out here. And they keep getting stereotyped. No matter which one you think I'm talking about. They keep getting stereotyped and they know they're good people. And you could cause a good person to turn bad because they tired of it. It's real easy for their mind to switch over because you keep putting something on them when they know they're a good person. What you need to do is identify a bad person. Don't blame everybody that could almost look like them. Identify a bad person. Call them out. Don't blame somebody blindly like you don't know them. You don't even have no proof that they a bad person. They did no actions to show that they are an enemy to you or that they are a bad person in general. But people allow their emotions to just take over and they just say the craziest stuff, and it's sickening. It's very sickening. And that's just covering that. Like I said before, I don't want to get on the negative stuff. I just want to shine some light on just natural things that should be natural in nature. Like, we should naturally already understand that we are just people. And we should naturally understand that not all people are the same, no matter their similarities. So you have to look at things in a different perspective. I'm married to a woman that is not of my ethnicity. I was so overwhelmed and okay with diversity that I did not submit myself to only deal with what people were to say that these are your people. It didn't matter if I was married to a woman that people say is in my group of people. That wasn't nothing that I based nothing off of. I always base things off of character. And if I like you, I don't care about your skin complexion. I don't care about where you came from, what's your ethnicity, what's your culture. You're a person at the end of the day. If you're a person that I like and I want to take it further, that's how I based it off of. Diversity. It can help you become a better character. When you're sticking with what you already know, you can become complacent in it. To me, that's boring. That's boring. Like, I like the diverse situations. It gets you to step outside of your circle, and you'll realize things are unlimited. When you step outside of a circle, that circle limits you. But when you step out of it, you're going to see different possibilities. You're going to see things in a better way. You're going to experience more. Things are going to become more challenging, probably more enjoyable. It could go either way, but you open yourself up to way more. And you could be a person that's not even that social. But if you open up your life to more possibilities than the circle that people want to keep you in, you could become something more than you ever thought. And I ain't talking about becoming rich or famous and all that. You could become some of everything. You just got to step out of that circle, man. I see a lot of advertising for support black-owned business. Black people support black people. I'm going to support whoever I want to support. I understand the reason why that's a platform where they're trying to get an economy supported by black people. But that's like telling them you only can support us, don't support nobody. If I earn my money, I can support whatever people I want to support. If they got something I want or need and I earned that money, I go support whoever I want. Now, if I voluntarily want to support the black business, that's my choice. Nobody should try to make you feel bad because you're not supporting the group that people say you are in. Like, that's nonsense. So people start looking at things outside of that circle, like grow, mature. These are what these words mean. Like, don't keep yourself stuck somewhere. Grow. You gotta let yourself live. Not hate. Don't live to hate. Live to grow. That's all I got for y'all. This is a way deeper conversation I could have. But these uploads take forever. For 20 minutes. Like, I'll sit here for about 4 hours trying to upload a video. I'm not really into this technology and stuff and all that, but they create platforms that you can use. I just don't fully understand it. Somebody might know a faster way how I can upload and stuff. I'm using my cell phone to do this video. I even tried uploading videos to my computer and see if that go faster. It was the same thing. Maybe my Wi-Fi sucks, so I don't know. But I'm gonna cut it right here. I just wanted to let y'all hear my thoughts. I'm pretty random with these videos. I just hope people have an open ear and an open mind and hear my perspective with my thoughts. All right, that's all I got. One thing I haven't been saying on my videos, because I'm not doing this for this reason, I don't care to be have 1 million, 2 million subscribers. I don't care for that. I could just hope that what I'm saying should be heard by more people, and other people are pushing this video on, passing it on to a friend. I mean, so if it's something that you think people should hear, you can like it, you can share it. I also post on Facebook. But if you think it's something that people should hear, or they have a perspective that they would like to discuss with me, I mean, just like it and share it. But I'm not forcing nobody. I don't want to be that type of person. As you can see, my videos are plain, they're raw. I'm not looking to become famous from this. I just want my thoughts to be heard, because I think it's something that should be heard. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a good day. Try to make sure you go work out. Make sure you put in something healthy in your body. And take care of yourself, you know? And take care of the ones you love. And not always financially, man. Give them some advice, something that works, that easily can be applied to them. Just be a good person, man. All right? I'm out, y'all.